Welcome back to the Sports Show. Thanks for staying with us. We're just into the last quarter. And with the umpires, mate, you played 150 games for the Magpies. So you would have played a lot of games at Alberton. Was there ever a time that you walked out with the umpires?
No, never. No, never. As John Cole always said, he always thought that on the ground it was 18 versus 20. We're always against the umpires. But it was great. I really enjoyed it. You know, I mean, as it was mentioned, you know, the umpires, field umpires in SNFL are running between 13 and 15k a day. That's hard yakka. You know, and you're controlling the game, and you obviously. So it was good fun, and Jamie was a real great sport with it all. So
you've walked out with Jamie Broadbent, had a little chat before, mate. What about after the game? Did you ever walk off with the umpires having a chat? Did you ever give them a serve? What was your...
No, only when I played well, I try to walk in with them and just say, I want to get the votes. I want to get a couple of votes. Did you notice me? I flicked my blonde hair.
It's not a bad way to get the McGarry belt. Hey, quickly, let's try and get through some of the tips, mate, because it's a big weekend of footy. We started the show by talking about Crows and Power. Yeah. You're pretty confident the Crows are going to get there?
I think the Crows will win it, yeah. I think they played really well last week, and as we know, a tough game from last week for the Power against Collingwood, so yeah, they'll have to dust themselves off.
All right, Sydney are in 18th spot. They're up against your old team, Essendon, in 11th spot at the SCG. Sydney are coming off 4 straight losses. Can they? And the Bombers are playing some really good footy.
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, I thought Essendon all but won that game against Collingwood. So they're not playing bad footy. I think Sydney are playing pretty ordinary at the moment. And I bet Bombers for sure.
All right, Bulldogs play the Lions down at Ballarat. So Brisbane, of course, beat Sydney for the first time in 10 years. They're on a bit of a roll, sitting in 4th spot at the moment. Bulldogs have won 1 in their last 4, so they're kind of struggling a bit. So
yeah, they are. Look, I think Brisbane. I think Brisbane have got some really good strength, and they've learnt lots from last year, and they're putting that into this year. And Hodgie's been fantastic from again.
Yeah. All right. You won't have to put too much thought into this one, mate. Carlton sitting in 17th spot. Collingwood in 2nd at the MCG.
I think Collingwood might just get over that.
They're playing some great footy. Their midfield at the moment is just
awesome. Yeah. They are playing tough, aggressive football, and they're going to be hard to beat. They're going to be fantastic.
All right, the Gold Coast are in 14th spot. They've lost their last 3. Melbourne in 16th spot. It's at Metricon. Of course, they won last week. I don't know whether Melbourne can hang on and make the finals, can they?
I don't know if they can. I think they'll win this week, though. Yep. I think they'll win this week. They've had a bad start, but the games that they've won, They've played some good, strong footy.
Now, at the start of the year, you would have never thought you would have said this. St Kilda sitting in 8th spot. You would have thought, probably wouldn't say that. West Coast in 10th spot. You wouldn't have said that. So, at Marvel Stadium?
Yeah, I'm going St Kilda. I think they've played a pretty good, consistent brand of footy. I think they're going along okay.
It's really interesting.
West Coast are right, just
at the start of
inconsistent.
The year, at the start of the year, everyone's firing off on Alan Richardson, saying, "Oh, I don't know if he'll see the year." Now they're all saying he's a great coach.
Yeah.
And of course, now they're on to Brad Scott at the moment, whether Scotty can survive. And of course, if they're not on to him, they're on to Bolton at Carlton. Why would you want to be a coach? I don't know.
Well, Neil Baum always says that the day you take a coaching job is one day closer to getting sacked.
Well, I reckon Barmy was right too, mate.
It's pretty right.
Well, we're talking about that. Sunday, North Melbourne sit in 15th spot. And I don't think it's going to get any better for them because at Marvel Stadium up against Geelong sitting in 1st spot.
Yeah, it's going to be horrible for them.
Horrible.
Yeah, horrible. And leave it as that.
The Hawks in 13th spot.
We'll leave the Scots alone.
Hawks in 13th spot, mate. The Giants in 3rd at the MCG. Hawks come off a loss. They normally bounce back.
Look, I think the Hawks were very lucky to beat Carlton the other week. I think the Giants are a good side. Good, consistent side.
Again, though, if you're looking in the crystal ball, mate, even on this one, to say the Dockers in 5th spot, and then you go Richmond in 9th spot at Optus, they're both 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5. Yep. Richmond like to get and go. Fremantle like to grind it out. Which way is it going to go?
Look, I'm going to go Dockers. It's their home ground, of course. Look, they done it pretty well last week. They grinded and grinded, and I just thought, Adelaide were never as bad as they are sitting on the table. I think they're the better side than that. What it shows, and they played some good footy. And I think Dockers have got them over Richmond. I think Richmond have just been hit too hard.
Yeah, I was watching Footy Classified the other night, and they were talking about Leon Cameron as a coach. And Hutchie was saying he doesn't rate him really as a coach at the moment because he hasn't been into a grand final, he hasn't won a grand final. And Juddy said, "Do you think the grand finals just fall out of the tree?" Which I thought was a really good response because they're unbelievably difficult, aren't they?
You need all luck, and it could be all the luck on the last 3 games leading into the grand final, not just what you need to happen right now, and he's doing all the right things, and look, they should have all but beat Footscray that year. That they probably
that was the one they brought up.
That's the one they would have brought up.
Time for us to go, Ando. Hope you've enjoyed the show, everybody. We look forward to your company next week. Bye for now.